Hey guys, got in a new scope here from CVLIFE. It's called the JackalHowl, and it's a 4x32 compact rifle scope. It's made for 22 long rifles. So I figure we'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over some of the features and specifications, get it mounted to something, get out to the range and see what it's all about and give an opinion on it. So it looks like we have the scope. Looks like there is a tool down in there, cleaning cloth. So is that an Allen key? There's a cloth. We'll go into scope here in detail in a bit. And it looks like the instructions, that's about it on this one. There are some lens covers on that scope itself too, and those appear to be flip up. And there were some scope rings that were already mounted on there as well. I'm going to just show you some of the specifications. We will go over some of the stuff here in a bit, but your magnification is just a 4 times. You can't zoom it in. It's not like it's a 3:9, or it's not adjustable. Your magnification's 4. That's your lens diameter is 32 millimeters. Looks like our length is 7.5 inches. It weighs 10.8 ounces. And the tube diameter is only 25 millimeters. I think a typical 1 inch, I believe, is 30 millimeters, so it's a little bit under an inch. All right, we'll show you guys some up close here of the actual scope. The anodization appears to be really nice, very uniform on everything. Sometimes like the turret caps are like a different color or shade, but that actually looks pretty good. It does have a diopter adjustment, like a focus adjustment up here in the front. And like I mentioned earlier, it's very compact and lightweight. Let's check out those turrets. Pretty smooth on the threads on that. And looks like you can adjust it without a tool. Let's listen. Positive clicks. You can feel it and hear it. Let's check out the windage and see if it's the same. Should be, but yep. So it is constructed out of aluminum. It's waterproof, shockproof, fog-proof. It is O-ring sealed. It does have an enhanced BDC reticle, or bullet drop compensating reticle. And you can see your main crosshairs, and then those auxiliary lines going down are basically for like 200 yards, 300 yards, 400 yards, 500 yards, etc. And it has nearly 4 inches of eye relief. All right, guys, out the range here this morning with the CVLIFE, the 4x32. I'm gonna get some shots downrange here with it, kind of see how it performs, and then give you guys some thoughts. This is always really difficult to do, but I'll try to let you guys see kind of what I'm seeing here. There we go. And then that's without it. Again, it's a 4 times magnification. All right, guys, so I've had a chance to use this 4x32 scope and want to give you some thoughts. Start off with a couple negative things first, and they're minor things. First thing is this box. Like, I understand you're not buying the scope for the box, but when the box looks so generic and cheap, it makes you feel like what's inside is going to be generic and cheap. And these are the boxes that CVLIFE used to use. And it's got their name and logo and stuff like that on it, the size of the scope. And like the quality of the box is probably no better, but just having their branding and stuff just makes me feel better about it. And I know that's petty, but I just like the way that the top box looks versus the bottom box. And my second negative, again, is kind of petty, but it's just how loud these lens covers are when you flip them up. I don't know if the microphone will pick this up or not, but let me just kind of open this one up here. But just imagine being in your tree stand or hunting blind, you're hunting squirrel or rabbits or whatever, and you go to flip those things up. That's definitely going to scare off any game that's around. So I would probably recommend popping those up before you get all set up. Some positives with the scope. I like how compact and lightweight it is. The glass was very, very clear. It was close to 0 degrees the day at the range that I was shooting. I didn't have any fogging or anything like that. There aren't any batteries that you have to worry about failing or replacing. You know, the reticle is always there. Getting it sighted in was very easy. The turrets are both audible and tactile. I think I mentioned it already, but it does seem like it's constructed well, all aluminum. I like that it still has a focus adjustment on the back if you change your distances. And if your image is a little bit blurry, you can bring that into focus. I know the eye relief is supposed to be like 3.5 to 4 inches in that range. I will say I did have to get a little bit closer than what I do with some other scopes. And for me, it was just because like the diameter of like the ocular lens is only like 25 millimeters or so. So it's a little bit smaller. And it could just be me, but I did have to get a little bit further up, but it didn't affect anything at all. And my field of view was actually really good. I don't know the exact distance of my target lines from like pole to pole. I think it's maybe somewhere around 30 feet or 30 to 35 feet, something like that. And I could pretty much see that entire area. But overall, I do think it's a great little scope, and I would recommend it either for plinking or for hunting. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, this model is a new release for them. I've had it maybe 2 to 3 weeks or so, and I keep checking Amazon, which is where it's available at. Well, supposed to be available, I guess. The whole like 3 weeks that I've had it, I've only seen it in stock one time, and it was for like a day. And they were around the $50 mark then. So I think it's a good price when they're in stock. I'll still leave a link for it in the video description, and just kind of check periodically if you're interested in either finding out more information on it or if you want to pick one up. The link will be down there, but it is a pretty nice little scope, and I would recommend it. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions or comments on this little JackalHowl 4x32, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.